Good evening, everyone. At that time of the year, it's time for the 2025 GardenStateHSWrestling.com All Area Awards, or as I like to call them, the Browies. I am Donald J. Brower, host, owner, promoter, head guy, whatever you want to call me, main man of GardenStateHSWrestling.com. We're going to go over my all area picks for my all area girls, which it's going to be a mix of counties just because some counties don't have a lot of girls at different weights, so we're going to combine just to make it fair. So it's all area girls, which will cover Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex, Essex, and Passaic, as well as Morris. And then we're also going to do all Essex, all HWS, all Morris, and all Passaic. Now, everybody knows we always have an elaborate, production. I mean, I remember back when we did the Browies in '75, we had Nipsey Russell and Sandman Sims dancing across the stage, and we gave our award to best newcomer to Robert Blake. And, we had said that, I remember us talking in the crowd that we were like, you know what, that O.J. Simpson, he's going to be America's hero someday. Not really something we want to rehash here, but not everything always turns out the best. But we were actually going to have a huge production. I had everybody set up. Jared had everything set up. And also we got a letter from Doge and Elon Musk. They told us we were over our budget. They took a bunch of our funding. So you just got to deal with me and my little co-host when she gets her diaper changed in a little bit. But before we get started, got to thank our sponsors. Champion Athlete Sports Nutrition. He's been with us since the beginning, Dan Warnikoff. When I say this, I'll say it again. Your body's like a car. Your car is what you get around it. You want to have the best fuel. You don't want to have, garbage, that lag, that, no energy. He helps you. He'll give you the plans. It's not a meal plan where they give you the little boxes and you're eating like a hamster. Stuff your whole family can eat. I mean, give Dan a try. Trust me, he has proven results. Forum Coffee, the official coffee of GardenStateHSWrestling.com. They're a wrestling family. My wife loves the place. They have 3 locations, more coming up. Forum Coffee, Performance Trophies, the sponsor of our Hammer of the Match the entire season. Very, very big response we got there, especially on social media. I'm an old man. Social media was you yelling across the street. Now it's this whole thing. So I'm learning, people. I'm learning. But we like to thank them for their support, as well as a few of our other sponsors. Apex Wrestling School, 3 schools in New Jersey, 1 in New York. Apex Wrestling School is the fastest growing wrestling school in all of New Jersey. And how can we forget the Harrington Companies? If you were down in Atlantic City, you saw the Harrington Companies logo on everything. The Harrington Companies write recycling, demolition, construction, Hoffman Supply, big supporters of what we do here. Everything that we've done this year would not be possible without those 5 sponsors. So please, if you have any, if you want to grab a cup of coffee, you want to get a trophy done, you want to, have your housework done, you want to do, get in better shape, and you want to do things like that, and you want to get some extra sessions, please go to them. Tell them GardenStateHSWrestling.com sent you. Now, as I said, we're going to be doing this because obviously people don't like to read when we did our other predictions. We are only covering Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex, Essex, Passaic, Morris. So I don't want to get a bunch of calls from people in the Shore Conference or down in Mercer County or Rancocas Valley. Why were we included? That's why. So go away. Most of you. Some of you in Rancocas Valley, you keep talking to me, but other people just knock it off. So we're going to start with the girls. We're going to start with our teams. Obviously, this is going to be our second and third team. There should be a graphic coming up for second and third team. There, it's coming. Production, I'm telling you, it's me working this thing by myself. It should be, with everything. I should yell at somebody for how I did it. But we do have a second and third team for HWS. It's coming up. We're trying. I promise you there's a second and third team. I'm not making it up. It's close. I promise. We're not in the sky. It looked like a little Flash Gordon there. Flash. That's horrible. I just ruined that Queen song for everybody. We're trying second, third team. There we go. Second, third team, as you can see right here. And now our first team. We're going to start at 100 pounds. A sophomore from Morris Hills, Emily Diaz-Santos, 37-4, first in North 1 and third in the state. She actually wound up, I got a chance to talk to her a little bit. She wrestled the same girl, Goosefa, in the semifinals, and Goosefa kind of surprised her how quick she was off the whistle, and I think that threw Diaz-Santos off. But she is our 100-pound wrestler for the girls. Let's head to 107. Sophomore, Gabriella Conti from Hanover Park. My neighbor, lives right up the street, no lie. 15-1. First in North 2, first in the state, two-time defending champion. Was just dominant down there. And we talked about, that on the video when we posted on the website, which you can still see up there. We put up her championship run. It's on there. Heading to 114, freshman Al Changaris from High Point. As well, dominant, 34-1, first in the HWS, first in the NJAC, first in North 1, first in the state. She's one to look for when it comes to High Point. I had really big hopes for her, especially going forward as a freshman. And she had my favorite quote where she said, "I picked her up, I put her down." I love that quote. Head to 120, junior Paige Weiss from Sparta, 15-6, first in the NJAC, first in North 1, fourth in the state. She's finished first, sixth, and fourth, if I remember correctly. So she's a three-time medalist, going to try to go up higher on the podium next year. 126, senior Alexa Ciliata from Montville, 22-3, second North 1, second in the state. She's only wrestled a couple of years, and her brother was big in the program. So I think if she had a little more time, we'd be talking about her as one of the all-time greats for Montville. At 132, somebody who's got a real good chance of breaking some records is our 132 is freshman Lilia Mesenzio from DePaul. 20-2, first in North 1, second in the state. 138, junior Eva Barry from New Kit. 34-2, first in the HWS, first in NJAC, first in North 1, second in the state. There was a logo for Newton, so I apologize. It was up there. I guess we grabbed the wrong graphic, but that was there. So she does have a logo. It's not an unnamed team. It's Newton Kitten. 145, junior Olivia Georges from DePaul. 21-0, first in North 1, first in the state. Second state championship for Olivia. I'm pretty sure all at 145 as well. She medaled last year. I think she was third. Another dominant High Point wrestler, 152, sophomore Ella Polillo from High Point. 32-0, first in the HWS, first in NJAC, first North 1, first in the state. Another first was at 165, junior Solaris Paul from JFK Kennedy, who was 18-1, first in North, first in the state. The first ever state champion for the Patterson school system. Phenomenal job. And as I said with the other girls, you could see our interview with her after, and you could see the emotion hit her, knowing that the goal she set, was finally achieved. Heading up to 185, senior Rowan Waite from Vernon, 27-13, second in the HWS at 165. She moved up for the states. Second in the NJAC, third in North 1, seventh in the state. And at 235, our senior Caroline Beagle from DePaul, 10-3, second North 1, first in the state. Now, we also have speaking of Caroline Beagle, she is our female wrestler of the year for the area, winning the state title there as a senior. She's finished second in her career and fourth last year. So great run for Caroline. She's committed to Gannon. She's going to be going there for college. So That'll be, you know, congratulations to her and the family. I know it's been a long, hard run for them. And our team of the year, as we see the girls here, these are the recap of all the girls here. Our team of the year is Vernon. And our coach of the year, no surprise, Eric Bolette from New Kid. Congratulations. That is our all-area girls team. Now, we're going to take the little trip from Hunterdon, or from the girls team. We're going to stay in Essex County. We're going to come up with the Essex County results. So before we get into the team of the year, a little recap of Essex County. Caldwell won the American Division of the Super Essex Conference and took the North 2 Group 2 Championship, advanced all the way to the Group 2 Championships against Rumson on Sunday at Rutgers. Unfortunately, I couldn't see it. I was becoming a father. Cedar Grove won the Liberty Division of the Super Essex Conference. Columbia and Eastside split the Colonial Division, and Newark Academy won the Independence Division. Now, heading down to the second and third team, here they are. And the first team. At 106, freshman Rocco Caputo from Cedar Grove, 30-3, first in the ECT, first in District 7, third in Region 2. At 113, junior Carmine Sipper from Caldwell, 44-5, first in the ECT, second in District 10, third in Region 3, third in the state. At 120, it's senior Anthony Pellegrino from Seton Hall Prep, 19-5, first in the ECT, first in District 13, second in Region 4, seventh in the states. 126 is his teammate, junior Andre Marrero from Seton Hall Prep, obviously because they're teammates. 19-8, first in the ECT, first in District 13, third in Region 4. Headed to 132, a freshman cracks the list, Anthony Barrett from Caldwell, 35-6, first in the ECT, first in District 10, fifth in Region 3. At 138, senior Nicholas Adams from West Orange, 39-4, first in the ECT, second in District 11, third in Region 3 in his home gym. At 144 is sophomore Reed Clousey from West Essex, 35-7, first in the ECT, first in District 4, second in Region 1. At 150 is junior August Katz from Columbia, 30-5, first in the ECT, first in District 13, and second in Region 4. 157, a freshman from Nutley, Louis Della Volpe, 27-2, first in ECT, first in District 11, second in Region 3. 165, senior Zahir Childs from St. Benedict's Prep, 32-9, first in the ECT, second in District 12, fifth in Region 3. His teammate, senior Timulin Menbelig from St. Benedict's Prep, 36-3, first in the ECT, first in District 12, second in Region 3, seventh in the state. At 190, it's going to be senior Clark Rich from Seton Hall Prep, 28-8, first in the ECT, second in District 13, second in Region 4. 215, his teammate Rocco Salerno, 23-1, first in the ECT, first in District 13, first in Region 4, eighth in the states. I think, on a side note, I think Rocco would have finished a little higher. He was injured at the end and had a medical forfeit out. So he had a great run. And at heavyweight, senior Gabriel McCulloch from Bloomfield, 36-9, first in the ECT, second in District 9, fourth in Region 3. Getting calls by people here while I'm trying to do this live, as you see the team of the year. And for our wrestler, we're doing a wrestler, female wrestler, coach, and team of the year. So our co-wrestlers of the year. Carmine Sipper for Caldwell, and T. Mullen Menbelig from St. Benedict's Prep. Our female wrestler of the year, Saharia Kwamina from Bloomfield, finished second at heavyweight. Our coach of the year, who are we to argue with the state coaches? Sean Romano of Caldwell, and of course the team of the year has to be Caldwell. That is our all Essex wrestling team of the year awards. And then let's pull up the HWS. Hunterdon, Warren, Sussex. Before we get into the teams, a lot of great action here by some of these teams. You had Phillipsburg, who won the Skylands Conference Delaware Division, and North won Group 4. You had North Hunterdon, who I was surprised, take nothing away from North. They really turned it on at the end of the season. They won the Raritan Division, captured the North 2 Group 4 championships and the Group 4 championships over Phillipsburg. And they had a great season. Congratulations to that whole team. Delaware Valley captured the Group 1 title. High Point captured the Freedom NJAC title and the North 1 Group 2 championship. And Newton captured the Colonial NJAC title. Now, here are our second and third team of the year. Now, let's do our first team. At 106, a sophomore from Hackettstown, Joseph Rowinski, 26-6, first in the HWS, second in District 12 at 113, and fourth in the Region 3 at 113. At 113 for our rankings, junior Augie Zamretta from Warren Hills, 37-7, first in the HWS, first at District 7, second at Region 2. At 120, senior Charlie Piccioni from Warren Hills, my alma mater, 34-7, first at the HWS, second District 7, fourth at Region 2. At 126, senior Jaden Perez from Delaware Valley, 39-5, first in the HWS, second in District 15, second in Region 4, seventh in the state. Gonna head to 132, Dalton Weber, a junior from Pope John, 23-3, first in the HWS, first in District 12, first in Region 3, eighth in the state. His teammate, Carson Walsh, a senior from Pope John, 32-2, first in the HWS, first in District 12, second in Region 3, second in the state. Their new teammate, senior Donnie Almeida, is our 144, 16-1, first in District 12, first in Region 3, second in the state. Now, before I continue, a lot of people notice I didn't put where with Galetta, who had won the HWS from Phillipsburg, he's on our second team. The tiebreaker I went with was Almeida winning in the state. I understand the HWS is a huge tournament. Almeida had to sit because of his 30-day transfer from St. Joe Montvale. So I went with the finish in the state and some other factors. So that's why there's a difference and you don't see anything for Almeida. But let's continue. At 150, junior Rhett Wajleski from Hunterdon Central, 40-5, first in the HWS, first in District 20, third in Region 5, seventh in the state. At 157, senior Gavin Hawk, Phillipsburg, 40-2, first in HWS, first in District 1, first in Region 2, second in the state, even though I felt he should have won that match. That's just my opinion from what I saw at the end. Blame me if you want, but he had wrestled a really good match, and I think Stolen should have been called against his opponent. But 165, junior Cole Dunham from Pope John, 30-4, first in the HWS, first in District 12, third in Region 3. At 175, Dozer, senior Ethan Dawling from Kittatinny, 41-5, first in the HWS, first in District 3, second in Region 1, fifth in the state. At 190, junior David Thompson from Pope John, 25-9, first in the HWS, second in District 12, third in Region 3. At 215, we have junior Kevin Bonacore from Phillipsburg, 19 and 15, first in the HWS, third in District 1. And at heavyweight, junior Gavin Miracle from High Point, 34 and 7, first in the HWS, second in District 4, third in Region 1. And this is the recap of our teams. And for our wrestlers of the year, I did something different this year because we had 3 wrestlers finish the same place. So I have tried male wrestlers of the year, Carson Walsh, Donnie Almeida, and Gavin Hook. And for my co-female wrestlers of the year, Elle Chengaris from High Point and her teammate Ella Polillo from High Point. And obviously, I think I gave it away when I was talking about their finish. My coach of the year is Dave Bell, and my team of the year is North Hunterdon. A phenomenal job by everybody down at the Annandale High School. Really taking a step in that program. And on a personal note, before we get into it, I heard a lot of people, especially chirping when Coach Bell left BC. Oh, they had the money, had the teachers. Coach Bell took a team who had talent, but I don't want to hear anybody say Coach Bell isn't a real coach anymore. I've heard too many of that in forums, and they go, "Oh, he's this guy. He's done this from the prep school. He showed he can coach this year." Stop the nonsense. He's a great coach who had that program going in the right direction. Enough. Now let's head to Morris. Before we get started with our awards, Del Barton won the American division of the NJAC and advanced to the North non-public A finals. Morris Knowles won the national division. Hanover Park won the Liberty division and the North 2 Group 1 championship, advancing all the way to the Group 1 finals. And Kinnelon won the Independence division. Now, our second and third team for all Morris. And now our first team. 106, freshman Peter Terranova from Del Barton. 29 and 6, first in District 9, first in Region 3, fifth in the state. Another little thing before we get rolling too deep in this, obviously Del Barton pulled out of the MCT, so they're not going to be representing the MCT. And there were a few people who kind of were complaining that because they weren't in it, I should have recognized them in the Morris. We'll take that under advisement in the winter, but we're in the off season, but we're going with what we have. So Morris is going to be very Del Barton heavy. 113, sophomore Cameron Sons from Del Barton, 34-0, first in District 9, first in Region 3, first in the state. Second straight state title for Cameron. 120, freshman Tommy Marchetti from Del Barton, 28 and 7, first in District 9, first in Region 3, third in the state. 126, junior Anthony Piemonte from Mount Olive, 34 and 6, first in the MCT, first in District 6, second in Region 2. I think he had a real good shot of getting on a podium, but hurt his knee down in Atlantic City and had a medical forfeit out. He tried to wrestle back, came back, but lost in the wrestle back. So I expect big things from him his senior year. 132, sophomore Ryan DeGeorge from Del Barton, 28 and 9, first in District 9, second in Region 3, second in the state. 138, Chase Quinault from Del Barton, 28 and 9, first in District 9, first in Region 3, third in the state. 144, freshman Nicholas Schwartz from Del Barton, 23 and 14, first in District 9, second in Region 3, sixth in the state. 150, junior Jaden James from Del Barton, 38-0, first in District 9, first in Region 3, first in the state. 157, junior Trevor Jones from Del Barton, 28 and 7, first in District 9, first in Region 3, eighth in the state. 165, senior Alessio Peretin from Del Barton, 37 and 1, first in District 9, first in Region 3, first in the state. His third straight state title, and he medaled his freshman year. So a great career for Alessio at Del Barton. 175, sophomore Jesse DeNegri from Del Barton, 23 and 11, first in District 9, fourth in Region 3. And actually, a wrestler I found out my wife knows who he is because apparently when he was in preschool, he went to the preschool my wife used to teach at along with his sister. So small world. I know he's going to be embarrassed, but I probably have no idea who she is. But my wife when we were in Atlantic City doing. She goes, "Oh, I know that name. Are they from Randolph?" So funny idea. 190 senior Vincenzo Laval from Hanover Park, 42 and 4, first in the MCT, first District 12, first Region 3, second in the state. You want to talk about an impressive career from Laval? Third, second. That's a hell of a career for a guy. And he's going to go down, honestly, as probably when you have the poll of who's probably the best wrestler not to win a state title. I'm going to always say the Vincenzo Laval. I mean, he could have easily ducked Harvey Luddington this year if he wanted to go another weight, and he didn't. He wanted that smoke, and, he gave him a shot. So congratulations, Vincenzo, going to Princeton, I'm pretty sure. 215, junior Nico Gonzalez from Mount Olive, 37 and 6, first in the MCT, first in District 6, second in Region 2, fourth in the state. I promise you, Nico did not get into a fight with anybody. This is a picture we took at the MCT. So I don't want anybody thinking that he was down there brawling out. I mean, I would take him in a fight. Like, I'd have him in my back. But Nico Gonzalez is my 215. And at heavyweight, junior Tommy Borgia from West Morris, 43 and 3, first in the MCT, first in District 11, first in Region 3, seventh in the state. And this is my recap of my All Morris and my male wrestler of the year. You win 3 straight state titles. You're my wrestler of the year, Alessio Parenton from Del Barton. My female wrestler of the year, there's no other choice, Gabriella Conti from Hanover Park. My coach of the year did a really great job, advanced a lot of people down in Atlantic City. Sean Smythe from Mount Olive. And my team of the year, Del Barton. Those are my All Morris area awards. Now let's head to Passaic, the last of the area awards we cover. For Passaic, Manchester won their division in the NJIC and advanced to the conference championship. Congratulations to them. PCTI won the Liberty division of the Big North and were the North 1 Group 5 champs. And Wayne Valley won the Independence division of the Big North and were the North 1 Group 3 champions. Now, this is our second and third team. Now, let's head to our first team, 106 from PCTI, freshman Nicholas Nugent, 27 and 14, first in the PCT, third in District 7. His teammate is our 113, junior Muhammad Abu Hadba from PCTI, 28 and 11, first in the PCT, second in District 7, fourth in Region 2. At 120, junior Joseph Rizzuto from DePaul, 27 and 6, first in the PCT, first in District 3, first in Region 1, sixth in the state. His teammate, 126, sophomore Delvin Rote from DePaul, 25 and 8, first in the PCT, second District 3, fourth in Region 1. 132, senior Jesse Arujo from West Milford, 26 and 7, first in the PCT, third in District 3. 138, senior Noah Zindaki from Wayne Valley, 29 and 2, first in the PCT, first in District 7, third in Region 2. At 144, senior Ryan Langemeyer from Lakeland, the all-time wins leader from Lakeland, 30 and 5, first in the PCT, second in District 1. Ryan advanced to regions. He hurt his ankle during districts, couldn't wrestle. He's actually still in a boot, so the hard end to his season, but I expect really big things from Ryan on the next level. 150, senior Adam Souze from Wayne Valley, 27 and 3, first in the PCT, third in District 7, fourth in Region 1. At 157, senior James Conklin, PCTI, 34 and 5, first in the PCT, first in District 3, first in Region 2. At 165, senior Joseph Galetta from Clifton, 38 and 6, first in the PCT, first in District 6, first in Region 2. I know that says junior on the screen, it's senior. It's a typo. At 175, senior Cody Anich Farrell from DePaul. 24-10, first in the PCT, first in District 3, fourth in Region 1. At 190, senior Nick Doctor from Clifton. 31-5, second in the PCT, first in District 6, second in Region 2. Now, I know there's going to be people who are going to message me. I know he lost to Benvenuti in the PCT, but he got that win back later on. And I just really like the body of work. Nothing against Benvenuti, but I leaned a little bit. I thought Doctor was wrestling a little bit better at the end of the season, and kind of evened it out. So I looked at the overall seasons. That's where my thinking was there. At 215, senior Adam Mazvej from Wayne Hills, 35-6, first in the PCT, first in District 4, second in Region 1. And at heavyweight, senior Mason Brancato, Pompton Lakes, 37-4, first in the PCT, first in District 4, and second at Region 1. This is our recap of the All Passaic team. My All Passaic male wrestler of the year, Joseph Rizzuto from DePaul. My female wrestler of the year, Caroline Beagle from DePaul. My coach of the year, Dave Heitman from Manchester. And my team of the year, Wayne Valley. Now, we know there's been a big buzz about who's going to be our overall wrestler of the year. We put the poll up. We have everything going on. We actually had the poll running till late on, and I'll give you the top three. On the girls' side, the top three are as follows. Paige DeCaro from Newton Kittatinny, who finished third. El Changaris from High Point, who finished second. And congratulations to our GardenStateHSWrestling.com All-Area Girl of the Year, Alexa Ciliata from Montville, in a landslide. I mean, captured 57% of the vote. Congratulations, Alexa. And we head to the boys. In third place, Vincenzo Laval. In second place, Donnie Almeida of Pope John. And with 63% of the votes, Cameron Santz from Del Barton. Congratulations on that award. Speaking of which, before we go, we're going to have some else. My little co-host, I got to say hello. My little co-host. Yeah, 1 month old. She's here. She's resting a little bit. It's a little baby. She made some of the pics. Don't get mad at her. You know, she's doing her stuff. Growing too fast. Daddy's getting upset. Getting too big. But she will be the future of GardenStateHSWrestling.com. It's like the Lion King. I'm not gonna. But and then my beautiful wife who is in the background, you know, doing everything. I want to thank her for all she allowed me to do this year, getting everything done. But they're gonna go on a walk with her sister. But I digress. But I want to, before we go, I want to do a couple thank yous, and kind of make a somewhat of an announcement with everything. First, I want to thank all the sponsors, whether you were a main page sponsor, whether you were a stream sponsor, whether you were a team page sponsor, you know, whatever you did, your help made this one of the best years of the site. And I'm not just saying that. I mean, we literally had the best year. We covered a bunch. We covered 3 out of 4 girls regions. We had a bunch of state coverage. We did a lot of county tournaments. We did a ton of stuff this year, and that's all part of you guys helping us with sponsorships, and we appreciate that. And you can always sponsor again next year if you want. Click on your logo here, send an email to admin@GardenStateHSWrestling.com. You know, we'll get back to you in 24 hours. I had to do a plug there. We're talking about sponsors. I also want to thank the fans. I really enjoyed, you know, my time down in Atlantic City, seeing everybody, not even from our coverage area, from all over. You know, a lot of times when we do this, we have our stuff. You would think like, oh, you know, some people would know me, people I know through like areas, but I had a lot of people from out of area, you know, saying, oh, Donald Brown, we want your stuff. We love, you know, love seeing your stuff. So I really appreciate the feedback. You know, so thank you so much. Also, to high school wrestlers, if I see you out and about and you're doing something, I'm not turning you in to your parents or the coach. So if you're having fun somewhere, You don't have to pretend like I'm a cop coming to bust you. I've seen it way too many times when I'm at Target getting formula for my daughter, where kids are like, oh my God, that's Donald Brown. We can't do it. Like, relax, like calm down. Just don't get arrested. All right. Just don't get arrested. But I also really want to thank my staff. A lot of my staff, you know, we upgraded this year. We got a lot of new people. We got rid of a few people, but a lot of new people, especially on air and really behind the camera. Because, you know, you see me talking, you see John Kovac and James Clark, who amazing job by those guys this year, and everybody filled in, James DeCunto, and everybody else we had jump in. But a lot of the stuff too, especially, is behind the scenes, making sure the shots are good, making sure we're on the internet, making sure a lot of that stuff's there. So hell of a job by everybody this year. It was a banner year for all of us, and I really appreciate all the effort you guys did and, you know, are going to continue to do for next year. And I also want to make a big announcement. We have a couple announcements, but first, the All-Star match. We are finalizing a venue within the next 72 hours. I've narrowed it down to 3. It's going to be a team, and I'll give you a little hint. It's a team that wrestled in the state sectionals finals. So it was somebody who wrestled in the state sectional finals. We've have it narrowed down to 3 teams, and we're just waiting to hear back on which one says yes. So we have, it all seems very good, so I'm gonna have a tough choice to make, but it's 3 teams. 2 schools we've never done it at, 1 we have. And we already have a bunch of people, you know, coming into it. It's gonna be May 10th. It's gonna start about 1 o'clock. We have we're trying to do a full boys and girls bracket. It looks like we're gonna have that. We're gonna try to have a couple of headliner matches. If you remember a few years ago, where we have a couple kids who, you know, may have medaled in states at different weights, or maybe even wrestled each other, want to wrestle again. I'll have a couple of those. And the one thing we're also going to do is we obviously have the 4 teams it's drafted and who they're going for. We're going to be doing a 50-50 this year. And the 50-50 proceeds, all proceeds, every dime we make from the 50-50 is going to North Hunterdon assistant coach Andrew Gappis, who's battling illness, and you know, we want to help support him and get that going. So if you can, Jarrett will share it later on our socials, the link to his GoFundMe. We're a wrestling community. Andrew was one of my first All-Stars when we did the tournament. It feels only right to help give back to him and, you know, and his family in their time of need. And that's kind of what the wrestling community does. I mean, I don't think people understand that on the outside. If you're not a part of it, it's kind of like, we're almost like our own little cult, if you want to say that. I know it's not a cult, but we're kind of like, we help each other, and we're all about each other. So get well, Andrew, from all of us here at GSHSW.com, and whatever you need, we're here for you. And we're going to have a really, really big announcement on May 1st that is going to shake everything up. It's going to be insane. Stay tuned on the social medias. It's really a big announcement for a lot of people who have been asking questions behind the scenes, or asking myself or Jared different things about the company. So this is going to be a big one, folks. So this is not hyperbole. Strap in. A lot of you are going to get what you really asked for when it comes to GardenStateHSWrestling.com and our coverage. So this has been a fun season. It's been one of my best years. Like I said, not only financially, personally. I'm a dad, so I got to go through a wrestling season with a pregnant wife who wasn't exactly thrilled. I was disappearing for hours at a time and doing some stuff. But, you know, I'm going to tell you this right now. I wanted a boy first, but I'm such a girl dad that legit I am exhausted more than I've ever been. I wouldn't trade a friggin' moment of it for anything. She's my little sweet pea. You saw me holding her. I love that kid. And it's only going to get better for now. And, you know, I've been married for 10 years, and, you know, I've fought for my family, and now I got another part of the family. So you think I'm stopping now? I'm taking what I want, and I'm probably going to take some stuff off your plate too. So for Jared, the podcasting legend, for all my staff, for all the fans, for everybody who has said hello, everybody who likes wrestling, watched our stream, called me an idiot on the stream saying something or anything, who just even looked. Thank you guys so much. This is the end of our 2024, 2025 coverage. We do have the All-Star coming up. We will have all the information on that. But for everybody involved with the company, thank you so much. Donald J. Brower. We'll talk to you soon.